we are excited to jump in and give you our fantasy updates for the week. Brad is really good at reading this off, and if I pull up my phone, there will be static on the line. So we're not going to do that. So, Brad, why don't you give us an update on this week's fantasy games and matchups and all of the terrible that's happening?
It was terrible, Brig. I'm going to be honest with you.
I know.
So this last week, my Manitoba Man Clowns went up against Denise's Grace Under Fire. She ended up winning that one 365 to 327. Matt Olson tore things up for me with 81 points. Travis Darno had a pretty good week at 55, but man, she had Rowdy Talese, everybody's new favorite brewer, had 78 points, and then like
Brew Crew's for real.
she was consistent all the way down. I was not. My bottom three were Sean Mania with 8, Robbie Ray with 5, and Nelson Cruz with 4. Her lowest score was Freddie Peralta with 9. So that's not going to do it for me, right?
No.
So Denise won that one. And then we have Springfield Nuclear against Big League Chupacabras. That's Torii is Big League Jewel is Big League Chupacabras. Torii is the Springfield Nuclear, and Jewel won that one 445 to 439. These two were the highest scores this week. Torii literally would have beat everybody else in the league had he not gone up against Jewel.
Yeah.
His high score was Paul Goldschmidt with a whopping 100 points. Got the C note. CJ Crone for Jewel had 90, but then Jared Walsh had 89.
Dang.
That's going to do it for you right there, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we've got John with the Harrisburg Charlies and Brigger Mortis. You were close, Brig. 336 to 321. Didn't quite come out on top there.
It wasn't.
Your high
as
score
bad
was
as
Yasmani Grandal with 61, though. Then he had Vlad Guerrero Jr. the third with 76.
I almost traded Grandal or put him on the bench. I almost benched him this week. Yeah.
You have another catcher you could put in his place?
Gary.
The Sanchez.
Yeah.
But yeah. So a down week for both of you. It's just too bad you didn't get somebody else on a down week, or else you might have pulled it out. And then not another fantasy team, which is Jason went up against Zip, which is the Springfield Isotopes. Jason won that one 347 to 338. Jason's Pete Alonso had 70, and then he also had Ryan Mountcastle who scored 68. Zip had Josh Bell with 88, and then Jose Altuve with 63 after that, and then it just kind of went down from there. But I will say this: Jason had Nestor Cortez in a down week, -1.
Oh.
And Zip had Logan Webb for his lowest score with 6. So Jason was really top heavy, ended up pulling that one out by just 9 points. So that is our week 4 fantasy baseball update. If you'd like any pointers on fantasy baseball, feel free to jump in the mailbag down in the description or on baseballtogether.com.